back, and today I'm going to chuck the inlet manifold on the Barra for the S13, and I think Joe's going to come around on the weekend to make a new cross member for the gearbox, because I bought this one that bolts up to the factory mounts, and I forgot when I did the tunnel, I cut the factory mounts off, so he has to make a custom one, and that's above my pay grade. As you guys know, I can't do that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's where we're up to, and stay tuned and watch what's to come. But for now, I'll take you inside and we'll check out the intake manifold. Alright guys, I'm inside now, and like I said, I'm going to show the intake manifold. You wouldn't be watching one of my vlogs if I didn't switch over to it with a little bit of B-roll and show you what we got.
Can we promise we won't let go? All the things that I need, all the things that you need, you can make it feel so real. Cause you can't deny, you've blown my mind. When I touch your body, I feel I'm losing control. Cause you can't deny, you blow my mind. When I see you, baby, I just don't wanna let go.
So as you guys can see, we went the plasma mount intake. I always wanted one. I love them, and as you can see, the quality of this intake is bloody absolutely amazing. It's all CNC runners. The welds are like incredible. Like, I assume it's done by a machine, but I don't really care if it is or not. But it just looks bloody so consistent and amazing. The fuel rails, well, fuel rail's a fuel rail, just got to hold fuel, but you know, it just looks really good. I love the little engraving and stuff that they do. It just looks exactly what I wanted. I got confused when I was putting the fuel rail on with all the holes. There's 3 here and 1 on both ends, and I was like, geez, why is there 5? And I didn't really know, so I think I've done it right. I've probably done it wrong. I'll have to ask Joe and see what he says. He'll obviously make the decision, but I think if we block the 2 ends and maybe the middle, and then have this as feed and feed, or must like maybe feed. I don't know. See what Joe says about it, but let's go out now and I'll chuck it on the car and see how it looks. And I'm really excited to get this on. I've been hanging for this. Up next, we'll be getting a throttle body, and I want to have like a Wiggum's clamp for the intake pipe. I want it to be clamped from the throttle body all the way to the turbo. So how we're going to make it work directly straight up to the throttle body, I'm not too sure, because they don't actually make an adapter or anything for the BA throttle body, I don't think. So Grubby might have to do some scary welding and try not to melt the electrics inside, or Joe might make something up on the lathe, but cross that bridge when we come to it. But for now, I'll quickly bolt this thing on.
Hey, tell your friends it was nice to meet them. I never want to see them again. I broke your heart. Baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Like that tattoo on your shoulder. Pull the sheets right off the corner. All the mattress that you stole from me ain't never getting older. No, no, no. Ooh, yeah. No, no, no. Ooh, yeah. No, no, no. Ooh, yeah.
And it is on. And it looks amazing. I bloody love it. It's a shame everything else around it looks a bit shitty, but I have got a new rocker cover. I've changed it to the FG rocker cover getting sprayed up, so that should be nice. And we won't be running the plastic cover. And the same as is on this side. The 6 boost and everything looks nice, and then all the pulleys and the water pump and stuff look a bit shitty on the front, but I got to change all that. I think this is getting deleted and all AN lines will be getting welded straight into it because we got the electric water pump, and obviously everything else will get cleaned up with it. But you know, it's got to look worse before it looks better. But for now, I'm just gonna jack it up and get it on the jack stands, get up really, really high, so the boys can come down and help me make the gearbox mount on the weekend. And just be pretty excited to have all that done, and just feels like we're actually getting something done on the car again. So just stay tuned. Alrighty, so today got to grab some steel for Joe so we can do the gearbox mount. But first I'm just helping my best mate Griff move his R32 at Softs to get some paint done, and at my dad's work, and I'm bloody pumped. You know me, I love a good 32, and this thing, it's gonna be mint. So we bought this as a running, starting, complete street car, and then decided he wants to do a full respray. It's just got some Trent's drift wheels on it, but we'll get it on the trailer and get it down to the shop. While we're heading to Dad's to get the 32 dropped off for Griff, I'll get him to have a chat in the car and tell you a bit more about it.
I've done GDR front bar and lip, GDR spoiler, M1 boot lip, GDR side skirts and side skirt extenders. Just go on the OEM white. There's a little bit of rust in the rear quarter panel that we've had fixed, so it should be a fucking brand new car when we get it back, so super stoked to see what it looks like.
Do you remember what were the wheels you got?
Oh, they're JNC 010s. They're like a Rotiform ROC style wheel, gunmetal grey, with polished lip.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll get down to the shop and get her offloaded and give her over to Dad so he can fix her up.
You.
Alrighty, so it's the weekend. Joe's come down and we're started doing a little bits and pieces to the car, and we're just doing the gearbox mounts and getting it all welded in. So check it out, and hopefully it all goes to plan and we get it all done. The power in the shed with the welder's not really liking life, so the welds don't look the best, so don't judge him. So we made these little plates, nuts welded on the back of them, and we just drill in the side of the rail, and these obviously go through, and then another plate will go on the other side and nut and bolt through it, and then the steel tube will be welded on the other side so the gearbox can come in and out. So have a look and we'll start welding it all in. It's a hard life, you know, building drift car. Thanks, Joe. I do love and appreciate everything you do for me. Alright, so I went for a drive in the car, and when I was editing it, it was that boring that not even I could watch it, so I don't want you guys to watch it. Didn't really feel much when Joe was here, because the way the gearbox is cross-member is that we did, there's no room for the exhaust. So I wanted to put the exhaust out the bonnet. Joe said, no, it still must go out the back of the car. But I'll jump under now and I'll actually show you what the problem is. Alright, you'll have to bear with me because the lighting is not great under here. But that's the gearbox cross member that we made, and as you can see, there's obviously no room for the exhaust. So I think Joe's gonna cut it here and make a mount off sort of where the old original mount would be, and that will stop this bar from coming through. Then we'll run the exhaust down and through there. It's not 100% finished, it's only all tacked there, but by the time I square these edges up and paint it all, it'll look good. But basically we made 2 plates. There's 2 plates here. There's a nut on the back of this one inside the rail that we cut, that I drilled and welded in there. So it's just drop the bolts and you can just drop the whole thing. So it's actually a really good design. It's just, yeah, unfortunate for the exhaust. The exhaust would be over that side with like SR or RB, but if we did the turbo LS, we did the turbo on that side, so run down there, and yeah, just didn't think about the exhaust fitment for the Barra because the turbo's on this side. But it's not a big deal. We'll get through it. Joe's at work making a pulley system for the Barra because we're not running the water pump, the AC and stuff, so we're a bit worried about the belt tension and slipping. So I don't know what he's actually going to do, but there'll be a couple of tensioners down here to make sure we actually have good belt tension on it all. Raceworks have given us all fittings and everything to finish off the fuel system, which we're going to be doing in the next one, which I'm super pumped about because it's been a long time running with the fuel system, just with the COVID and stuff, and it's just it'll be something that we can tick off with the car. And I got my new rocker cover grubby welded in some AN fittings for me, and I've painted it all up and it looks really, really good, and I actually can't wait to see it all looking a bit more nicer. This green top is absolutely killing me, and I hate looking at it. But so the engine bay will look a lot nicer, and so stay tuned and watch the next episode.